Hello everybody, happy weekend if it is indeed the weekend when you are watching this video. Hope everyone is well. I'm doing okay. I'm drinking my tea. Oh, have I showed you my mug? Not only that. Hey, there you go, you can see that while I just stare at the screen and drink. It's not even from my new job that I've been 3 years at, my older job, but I'm thinking of taking it into the office just to remind them who they're dealing with. No, I'm joking. I'm absolutely joking. So today I'm adamant that I've done this video, but I have scrolled through all of my videos and I can't actually see that I have. So I can only apologise if you're like, you've done this one before, but I couldn't find it, so I'm doing it again. I was blogging this morning. Blogging. It's something that I do now and again. I imagine a lot of you blog. Some of you might. Blah, 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 blah. Anyway. Ooh. Oh. That's a tarot deck. I was looking for what I was looking for in the cupboard, and I was just, I'll put it out the way a second. It just fell down. Anyway, let's move on. And I was just blogging about a section from the Voyager book that comes with the deck, and I was like, I'm going to do a video about the best books that have come with decks that I have, and I couldn't find the video, so I swear I did it, but anyway, we'll move on from that. Obviously there is a few in here that I haven't gone, oh, this is a really good book. Several reasons, because they're good books. Ian Daniels' vampire book, very good. Haven't made it all the way to the end, but actually I haven't made it to the end on a lot of these. I got like halfway through and I'm like, yeah, I think halfway through you get a good vibe of the author. So, if you're looking for somebody that's read the whole book, I'll let you know at the beginning, so you can either discount what I'm saying or just skip it. But that one's great. And the Druid Craft and the Wildwood and the Inner Child, those books are fabulous. I don't feel the need to express that, because I think we are all on the same page with those books. So I'm sorry, it's raining outside and I like tea. So I'm going to start with the Voyager. So the Voyager Tarot kit. If you've seen each video that I've done for the decks, you'll know, but I'm collating it into one. So this is the book that came with the kit, and I love the Voyager Tarot, and as soon as I got it and I read this book, I was like, oh, there's got to be more, and there is. So this is Voyager Tarot, Way of the Great Oracle, and the author is James Wanless, and he's a PhD. So, and here he is, very handsome man. I love the Voyager, and the book is just amazing in itself. I have read this book a few times, so I'm not going to go through all the books in great depth. What's the point if I tell you the end, if you know what I mean? But what I like about this is book is it's just the way he writes, and it's so empowering and inspiring. So this is the contents page that you have, if I can get it on the right bit. See, so he's really put so much in, along with the deck, the cards themselves. So let's find a good bit. Become your own oracle, share the truth. He's just really on point. Talks about numerology, runes, auras. It's all there. It's fabulous, and I love it. It is a really meaty book, and not only that, you get oh, I've got some notes. How cool am I? Not cool, Cassandra, not cool. But here we go. So you really get a lot. Sorry, I thought someone was coming in. You really get a lot in the book, which I love. And there was a bit, and I should have found it before I actually started waffling to you. He goes on to mention about, why use them, not necessarily for divination. And it's just read the blog post. I'll post it below. It's not a very long one, but it's I find the man to be really inspiring. There's gin in my tea. Inspiring. Let's have more gin. So yes, so both are fantastic. This is an abridged version. It's smaller, but it's still got information in it that is not just the meanings of the cards, but the meanings are so good. And he even explains, even in the small book, what the symbolism means. So for the Six of Cups, which is sorrow, you drop to the emotional depths and hit the rock bottom of depression. And then he's got dry, old and musty earth-filled vase. So that's what that indicates on that. So very cool, very cool. So there is that one. I've chose to pause it to drink my tea. So the next book, these aren't in any particular order. They're just books that I've really enjoyed. This one I have read all the way. It is this one, The Keeper of Words, The Legend, The Arcana Tarot. This is one of the earlier decks I bought. Yes, I got this before a lot of my decks, actually, and John and Caitlin's as well. And I love it. It even says the 1st of June 2000 in it. I don't know why it says that. That wasn't me. Oh my god. Attack of the Tarot decks. I'll get to them. So this also is a very, very meaty book. We've got the nature of tarot, the spirit of the legend, the Arthurian legend, and what else do we have? Consulting, navigating, the cards, and then we do go through the cards. And then we have, here we go. So what I really, really like about it is, so you have your tarot stuff and all that, and then because the first card is the Magician, that I'm showing you, I'm pretty sure, yeah, and then the next page we have a whole section about Merlin. So that's very cool. It really gets gives you the story to go with it, that I find is quite helpful. And then we have the same for the Minor, if not as much, but nonetheless it is still there. And I took this on holiday with me to where did I take it to? Twiddling my necklace. Cornwall, obviously, and I went to Bodmin Jail while I was there. I just found this as my bookmark in the back of the book. So I did buy this used, but it came in a better condition than I have kept it. Unfortunately, it's been a wonderful book. It's hard to I always find myself kind of finding it hard to explain books, because until you read it, it's kind of hard. But I do recommend this one. Oh, how have I never noticed that before? Here, look, I love it. I absolutely love it. Somebody has put their own reading in there. Oh, in 2002. Sorry, I absolutely love that. This is why I like buying used things, because you get to see someone else's stuff. So nosy. But there we go. So I can't waffle for 5 minutes on each book. We'll be here all day. So that one, recommend. The next one is a conundrum for me. I bought, on a whim, as you all know, I'm a bit of a whimsy person when it comes to buying decks, although I've been very good lately. I bought the Welland Classic Tarot. So it came with this book. And the book is by Barbara Moore. That's so right there. And when I got the book, as good as it is, otherwise it wouldn't be here, I was a bit like, I don't know what I wanted. I wanted a bit more. The deck itself is not one of my favourite decks. It's too cartoony, it's too bright, it's too white. Yeah. But, this is the kind of information you get. So we've got keywords, which are great. Obviously, you really want the keywords there. And then a little bit. So, yeah, there's nothing wrong with it. I was just like, oh, man. But then I was in Waterstones, and I do try to buy my books secondhand. But now and again, I do buy them firsthand. And I came across this. Your Tarot, Your Way by Barbara Moore. And I paid a freaking fortune for this book by itself when I know that half the information is in this book. However, this book is even more awesome because Barbara Moore tells you how to learn to read the tarot with any deck. So we still have the meanings of the deck from the first book that I have, but there's so much more going on. So I don't know if this comes with the set, because when I bought the set, this was the book that was inside it. But where the hell does this come from? Anyway, if anyone knows how I've managed this, do let me know. It might be a separate book, absolutely, but it was just the price was so expensive for one book that I swear it should have been in a kit. But anyway, by the by. So Barbara explains some stuff about herself, which I think is wonderful. I love hearing about Barbara. And then she goes in how to do a reading, how to play with the cards. And I just find it a wondrous read. Barbara really does know what she's talking about. I mean, I think we all kind of, know what we're talking about, but there's always those people that you look up to and you're like, oh, they just know. And Barbara's one of those people for me. She's one of those people. So, and it's a really good book. So we're going to tag team it and say those two. But if anyone can explain this to me, I'd be grateful. So there is that one. Tea finished. So that's done. This book I love, and I've read it two, three times now. Excuse me. And I don't know if it's everyone's cup of tea, but it's certainly mine. It's the Illuminating the Prophecy by Maggie. Oh, Maggie. I love Maggie. I love her book because it is so, I don't know, there's just something so cheeky about the book. Like there's I can't, see if I can find something as I explain it. It's just where she's like, I think actually, here we go. See, here we go. So we've got the Three of Swords. Congratulations, you found the worst card in the deck. Well, perhaps not, but surely it is in the top 5. So I just think it's quite cheeky like that. And I really like her style. Her deck I also love as well. It was gifted to me from a friend, so it's already got that special kind of feeling about it. And sometimes I have to really be in the mood for the deck because my mind is not as freeing as I would like. So sometimes I'm looking at a picture and I'm like, what the hell is this? What's this got to do with Ten of Cups? But then if I take a step back rather and I read the book, I read this book with the deck, I'm like, oh, I can see that. So she really gives me a eye opener of ways to look at different cards instead of just the Rider-Waite-Smith meanings, the imagery I'm used to. And let's be honest, I am used to that. So it's nice for someone to go up to you now and again and go, there's another way. So this book, for that reason, is one of my favourites because it's such a different, it's an eye-opener for me, at least. Anyway. Ooh, hold on. I don't like to mistreat my books, but that was a proper slam. So the next book, we will have another PhD in the house. Tarot of the Spirits. Pamela. I got this book, and as you know, you would have seen in the review, I think I maybe have done all of these, but it's fine. I got the book long before I got the deck. I got it before I got the deck. And again, at the beginning, we have a little bit about her and how she got into tarot, and that for me is just, I love reading about that. I really do. And the book itself is, well, you can see, the book itself is just dense, but well written. It's not like too textbooky. Just trying to see if I can find something that... So, water, and then we've got the path through water, and then she explains water before we go into the suits of water. So, we've got, let me show you. Sorry, the book is a bit heavy. I'm not surprised. You see the size of the bad boy. Okay, so all this is all about the element of water before we even get into the suit, which is open channel God, come on, that's just... Oh, it's just nice because I sometimes get stuck in my own little bubble of what I know and what I think I know, because I'm always learning. I'm never ever going to say I know everything. Oh, and then you just see someone, they're like, open channel, and you're like, you know, I don't know if I'm making much sense, but to me, I sound like I'm making sense. So, this one, I've almost made it to the end. I get to the end. I say almost to the end. I kind of go back to. I really don't read it so much as I read the prophecy one like a book. This one is a lot more pick and choose of where I go. And again, it really kind of just messes with my mind a little. And it's like, you need to be looking. You could look at it this way, because the Nine of Water, Nine of Cups, rainbow mirror here. I'm like, it's a real good one for challenging how I see things. So that I can't recommend enough. I got that from a charity shop, and I was expecting the cards as well, but that's happened to me numerous times. So next, where shall we go? I'm going to go with a smaller book now. This did come with a deck, and it is absolutely falling to pieces. I'm a huge Sasha Fenton fan. I don't know if you know this. My first deck was Sasha Fenton's, and I was looking at it the other day, and I was just like, oh, so pretty, so cute. I may have to get it out later. I don't know. And then the second Sasha deck I got was this one, which was the Predictive Tarot, and the artists, oh, they've done a wonderful job. I can't remember who the artist is. I really hope it says. Here we go. They were first conceived as a project in 1981 by the tarot consultant and psychic researcher Bernard Stringer. It took him over a year and a half to find the artist, which was Peter Richardson. So it is their deck, I assume, and Sasha has written the book. I don't know the ins and outs, but anyway, it's a fantastic deck. It's a beautiful deck, and oh no, bookmark. And it's a fantastic book. The major arcana are at the back. Sorry, I had to cough. So yes, the majors are at the back, and I mean, oh gosh, this is going to be a nightmare to show you. But I mean, you don't get an awful lot of information. So you can see the Fool's information, and then we go straight on to the Magician. But what you get is really, really good. I think really good. So, and there's a very, I don't know, it's just something quite magical about this deck. It is unillustrated in the minors, but, you know, and the funny thing is, I'm going to waffle real quick. The funny thing is, I've got quite a few of those decks. I struggle with those decks. I do. If I put the practice in, I could probably be okay. But I struggle with them. But this one I'm okay with. But more than anything, it was gifted to me from a friend. So it's got that magical element for me. So let's have a look at the High Priestess. If students of the occult find this card upright and in a prominent place in the reading, then they are being told to go ahead with their studies. So that, you know, it's hard because it's not. I don't think it's as user friendly, I think, as some books. I think it's definitely a product of its time, but I still think that it is really good. Oh, and I would like to point out, I did not highlight this book. Nor did I break it. It came like that. I have made it slightly worse, but I'm very delicate when it comes to books. This is unacceptable. This look. And it's even been freaking stapled. So this book has been much loved, and I can see why. It's a good textbook. It's a very good textbook. Yeah, let's go with that. Good textbook. I love it. Right, we are down to the last 5. And now this one, feel free to skip because I haven't read it all. However, I can't believe it took me this long to pick it up. Seriously, guys, why did no one tell me? The Mythic Tarot. You know the story of how I got the Mythic Tarot. If you can watch the video. I bought this. Ooh, I moved to Bristol 3 years ago, and I didn't get it too long after. So you know, 4. Anyway, I've had it like 3 years, 2.5 years. I've had the deck, and in that time, I have not shuffled the deck. I have gone through it, and I'm like, oh, okay, it's cute, it's cute. And I've not done a single thing with it until last week, and I was that's a whole new video. And I was going through my cards, and I came across it, and I was like, I'm gonna have a shuffle, and I shuffled it, and I was like, ooh, and then I started reading the book. I actually read this in the bath with bubbles. And I can't believe it took me so long to to get into it. I am only at the Wheel of Fortune, so I can only give you a little bit. But if I'm sure you're aware of the Mythic Tarot, it's very much like the Arthurian. It gives you the cards with the archetypes, and then it gives you the story of whatever pantheon it's coming from. So the Wheel of Fortune, of course, we are looking at Hercules. I watched that the other night. So we have the Lovers is a wonderful the Lovers card. I love the Lovers card. And we have Persephone, and we have Kronos as well. You know, it is wonderful, and strength, and it really you just getting a lot of face, aren't you? Sorry. So it's really wonderful. You have a bit about what's in the card, and then you have the story of the fates on the wheel, at least, and then you have you know, the idea of what the card would be on a divinatory level. Am I saying that right? Yeah. If I predict the future, which is quite amusing with the wheel. But seriously, when you get into this sort of thing, like with the Arthurian one, and especially with it is Greek, isn't it? Is it Greek? Am I shaming myself now? I think it's the Greek pantheon. I get confused between the Roman and the Greek pantheon, purely because I do. Of course, it's Zeus. Anyway, let's pretend I didn't make that faux pas. Anyway, and I just love, I love it, and then I kind of get pulled into that little like rabbit hole of, oh, got to get everything, got to get everything Greek. Got to watch Hercules, got to watch Jason and the Argonauts, you know, which I have, and I love, and all that, and you just can't get enough of it. And you got to keep doing it. So this video is going to be longer than normal, so sorry about that. But the book itself, like I say, is really good. I'm not halfway through it yet, but the writing is wonderful. I'm a huge Liz Green fan. I have one of her astrology books. She, again, is a fabulous writer. I don't know, obviously, who did the most writing between her and Juliet. And obviously the cards are illustrated by Trisha Newell. Trisha, your artwork is divine. Not that you watch me, but I'm just saying, if anyone knows Trisha, tell her artwork is divine. So there we go. Oh, take a break. The next one is the Sacred Circle Tarot. I freaking love this book. Again, it came to me used. You know me, I absolutely love them used. But the book itself is just fantastic. And I love a book that's got some bend in it. Not that I'd ever like bend a page back, but so we have the Lovers, and we have you know, what the card shows and the symbolism. I freaking love books that give me the symbolism. I just love it. I really do. And then we have the meaning and the reversed meaning, and we also have the journey of the Fool. So where we stand with that, with the story of the Fool, where he's going. So he's just met the Lovers, and it's just, I just love it. I don't know whether or not, I don't think it's you know, in the sense of layout, it's like reinventing the wheel, but you know, you don't need it to. But I really love decks that go into the symbolism. And as you know, that's why I was annoyed with my Spellcasters book. I got that. That should have been this, in my opinion. Remember that. Because that is still very much a favourite of mine. Because, you know, I just like to have all of the information to hand. But anyway, so where was I? I was waffling. But yes, so this I love this deck as well. It's a bit big for me. That being said, it's just a Druidcraft. That's huge. But, you know, I still like it. And this is one of the decks that I just like to use for myself. And with that, with that kind of comes the feeling that, you know, you're pulling a deck and you're looking at a card and you're looking it up in the book. This book is perfect for that. Oh, I do love it. I think a lot of people like it. I was after it for a long time, and it was expensive. Not like extortionate, but when a deck goes over £20, I'm normally like, can I? Can't I? Do you know? Hence why I ended up with over 100 decks, and most of them I don't use because I went for the cheap decks that I didn't actually like, but I was on a buying spree. Don't do that. You can do that, it's up to you, man. But yeah, so this book is again a lovely treasure trove of awesomeness, and it is a Celtic pagan journey as well. So a very earthy feel, very nature feel, very me. So there's that one, and then we are down to our last three. So this book, I really like the majors. The minors are a letdown, in my opinion. Again, let's remember that, guys. I'm not trying to start a tarot war. And that is the Gendron Tarot. This deck, me and this deck, half love each other, half hate each other. It's great. But with this, this book is amazing. So I am going to bend the book back, even though I said I wouldn't, but this one bends a lot easier. So with the High Priestess, you can see you are getting a wealth of information already. So we have the energy, the element, the metal, the Hebrew letter, the planet, the animal, the symbolism, and then we have like a little poem as well. And then you go over, and then we have more information. So we have the interpretation, the description, and then how to apply the High Priestess to yourself, and with an affirmation. I was lost, now I am found. I remember the truth of who I am. You know? And it's great. It's absolutely wonderful. And what really is also quite cool, but I find it hard. I'll tell you why. It's in the appendix at the back, Appendix B's. It tells you the goddess energies for the major arcana, which is great. I absolutely love that, but I can't figure out where they fit in. Which one's which? Unless it does tell you, but I'm pretty sure I've been reading it quite closely. I guess, energy. It would be in the energy section. There you go then. So that's really cool. You learn something new every day. But the major is the best thing about this, and most people have said that the majors are the best thing in the deck as well, the way they're designed. And you know, to a point, I agree, they are lovely. Some of the minors are a bit ugly, I think, but for the most part I do love them. I think they are charming. Yes, that's the word. But this is what you get, and I think there is so much information out there on the major arcana. And again, I'm not saying that I know it all, but sometimes I just wish that, you know, I like the minors because they're my day-to-day, you know, and people struggle. I find, not all people, sorry, I'm not saying that, struggle more with the day-to-day living rather than the big stuff. You know, the little things can add up to a big thing. And I just find, you know, Prince of Cups, Ten of Cups, domestic bliss, esteem, honour, lasting happiness, security, and true friendship. The key words are there, I get that, but sometimes I just want a bit more. That's what I'm saying. But yeah, for the majors, this book is on point. And I would recommend it. And then next we have the Transformational Tarot by Shirley Gottold. So I have this deck. It is a 100 card deck. I don't think there needs to be 100 cards. I think some of the cards are already there. But anyway, again, I do like this deck, but I find it so white and bright and just not realistic. I'm not necessarily looking for realistic art. I just don't like it. I just don't like it. You know, it's not nice when you look in a tarot deck and you don't see your friends in that deck, or you don't see your mother, or do you know what I mean? I just sometimes I struggle with decks like that. I could I know, just let it go, but I can't. I really struggle. I don't think I'm alone. But I try not to be biased about a deck. I do try to give it a go, but it is hard when you can't see your life in the cards anyway. And anyway, so this book, I'll make it quick because you have been very patient, guys. It's a bit of a hodgepodge of a book, but an amazing hodgepodge. So I am most impressed in this book, and I'm going to find out. I should have really like put little stickies in all of these before we started. Hello, Alice. Hello, baby. So what I'm really impressed with is how the book deals with cards. Sorry, I got distracted. The dog's cute. So 2. The number 2 presents duality, and then we go into the number 2, and then we have all the 2s. We have the High Priestess. She is number 2. We have the 2s of the 4 suits present. So the 2 of Wands, the 2 of Swords, Cups, Pentacles, and then we have the Law of Justice, 11 plus 2, you know, and all her other cards that have 2s. It's a wonderful way to look at the numbers along with the meanings, I personally, I think. And then we go again. So the 3 moves us into the field of manifestation. Let's have a look. So I'm just going to walk you through what a 3 section looks like. So that's the first bit. And then, see? See, you know, we are getting really walked through. There is lots of information going on for the 3s, and I just think that's so cool. And then we have Knights. Yeah, and then again, look, there is this much information before we get to 4. I love that. I think that's such a different way to look at it, or lay it out rather. And this book also is awesome because it came with a poster. You want to see the poster before we move on to the last book? Here we go. So yeah, there it is. Deck so-so, and it has bits that are in the deck that are golded as well, which is kind of cool. But I think the book is where this deck really shines. With all these books, I'm liking the information I'm provided. I'm not necessarily in agreement with all of the information that's there, but that's cool. That's how the world, that's how it rolls. And the last book, and Don't Run Away. This is one of my favourites. I did say they were in no order, but this and the Voyager are 2 of my favourite books. Oh, thank you. I've been approved to join another Facebook group. It's the Activist Tarot. Don't run away. Come back. I love the deck and I love the book. I like the thank you. Yes. And I really like the authors. They are, for me, in places it comes off a little bit, I'm going to say preachy, but that seems too strong a word. They've got a vision and this is it. So they know their mind. So I just take what I like and leave what I don't. But I absolutely love this. And the thing as well, what I really like about this book is that the artist, I believe it is the artist, she studied on the Toth deck. That's how she started. So that's awesome. Now, what again I like about this is you have your keywords, your meaning, and we also have advice, question, and concept of the card, and symbols associated with the card. It's great because the artist, who is the artist? I can never remember which way round it is. I think, let me have a look. So Sally is the artist. The words are by Rowena. Sally gave Rowena the cards and didn't tell her what they meant. She was like, what do you think? And then they got together at the end. And I think that is such a interesting way to look at it. To work. I thought that was clever. This isn't everyone's favourite deck, and I must admit the minors can be a little bit, guys, because Sally's such a talented artist, but you know, they work for me. And then so for we still have keywords, meaning, advice, concept of the card, symbols associated with the card as well. So you still get all the information you're getting for the minors, just a mini amount. and you know, I love that. And then at the back of the book we have links to the Kabbalah. They talk about the Golden Dawn. They talk about Crowley. They're bound to. And near the end we have science and tarot. And again, this is a book that I've read many times. Doesn't seem to make me read better though. No, I'm joking. But yeah, so and I like this book as well because you have the majors at the front in colour, and then you have the minors at the back. I think it's great. I think it's amazing. So there we go. You guys have been amazing for 35 minutes. You may have switched off by now. That's cool. So they are my recommendations, I guess, or just books that I absolutely love with decks. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and you never know, you might be seeing me again because I do have another idea. But thank you for watching, and many blessings, and speak soon.